In this lesson, we are going to use the chamfer command to create angled corners. The chamfer command is located on the Home tab in the Modify panel. You have to select the drop-down next to Fillet to access the chamfer command. You can also type CHA, then press Enter at the keyboard. The first thing that we have to do after selecting the chamfer command is set our chamfered distances. Looking at the command line, distance 1 and distance 2 are currently set to 0. I wish to chamfer these two lines, adding in a 45-degree angle line that comes in 1 inch on each side. I choose the distance option, and for the first distance I type 1, then press Enter. I can press Enter to accept 1 as the second value as well. Next I will click Two Lines, and as we can see, it adds in the 45-degree angle line and trims out the rest of the lines. If we need two different distances, we can do that as well. So I start the chamfer command and click Distance. I'll put in 1 and Enter for the first value, and then 0.5 and Enter for the second value. Since I chose 1 as my first value, then the 1 inch is going to come off of the first line that I click. So I'll select the top line, then the vertical line. And again, you can see that the 1 inch was taken off the first line, and the 1/2 inch was taken off of the second. Well, perhaps we don't know both distances, but instead we know a distance and an angle. For example, I wish to come in, we'll say 1.5 inch from the side, and I want to come down at a 30-degree angle. We can do this as well. I'll choose the chamfer command, and this time choose the angle option. The command line first prompts for the distance, so I'll type 1.5, then Enter. And now it prompts for the angle, so I'll type 30, then press Enter. I'll choose the top line and the vertical line. And again, you can see that the 1.5 is coming off of that top line, and it is being drawn 30 degrees from that top line. Let's take a look at a few more options here. Here I have some different scenarios where some lines might meet at a corner, or there might be gaps, or they might overlap. The chamfer command will work in each of these situations. So I choose the chamfer command. I'm going to go back to 1 inch by 1 inch chamfers. So I'll choose distance, 1, then Enter again to accept 1. Then I can again choose the two lines that I wish to chamfer between. I'll press Enter to repeat the command, and as you can see, this also works on lines that do not actually meet each other. They will trim or extend as needed. Enter again to repeat, this time on overlapping lines. Once more, you can see that they're trimmed to the angle. And this is all due to the trim option in the command line. If I begin the chamfer command again, I can see that it currently says I'm in the trim mode. So I'm going to choose the trim option, then no trim. This time when I add the chamfer, you can see that the angled line is added, but the other lines are not trimmed. Take a look at a couple more options here, and before I do, I want to set my trim option again. So I'm going to start my chamfer command, choose trim, then trim again. This outside shape that I have here is a polyline, and I wish to chamfer all corners of the polyline. Rather than clicking each one individually though, I have the polyline option in the command line. I choose Polyline, then simply click on a polyline, and as you can see, all corners are chamfered at once. Finally, I wish to trim and extend the lines of this inner shape to meet at corners. This can be done with zero distance chamfers. I begin my chamfer command, select distance, 0, Enter, then Enter again so that both values are 0. Now I can select two lines, and as you can see, they are trimmed or extended to meet at a corner. I repeat the command, and knowing that I want to do this several times, I'm going to choose the multiple option in the command line. Then finally, I can come in and select several different lines to create corners using the chamfer command. That concludes this look at the chamfer command in AutoCAD.